You're listening to Hair of the Dogcast, a proud part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Check out Hair of the Dogcast and all of Greenlit shows at greenlitpodcast.com.
Hey, welcome to Hair of the Dogcast, everybody. This is episode 99.5, and this is Tom. I'm Tom, your host, Tom, leader of Big Spoon, the man with the plan and the tiny, tiny pants. What's up?
Well, hi, this is Brad.
I have a frog in
Kingdom Hearts.
And this is Dylan.
Final Fantasy.
It hurts. Oh, it's so true.
Hey, everybody, welcome to kind of a middling episode here, a special episode of Hair of the Dogcast. Yes, like Brad/Tom announced earlier, this is episode 99.5.
A fragmentary passage.
It is, yeah. We are going to have episode 100 next time, but today we're going to be celebrating a very, very special birthday that occurred in gamingdom.
Oh, yeah.
This past week.
Chris Pratt?
We will be talking about Chris Pratt for sure. I don't know if it's birthday, though.
No, I don't know either.
It's probably not his birthday.
It's true. Who is here, by the way? Let's get the real people. My name is Tom. I'm one of the hosts of this podcast about video games and beer and video games.
Wait, I thought I was Tom this time.
You're Dylan.
This is very weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it because this is like a special episode? It's
yes.
It's our first 0.5.
I didn't get the script ahead of time, so I'm just freestyling all of this.
It's like when they introduced the War Doctor in Doctor Who.
And it takes the first hour of the episode before everyone's like, I still don't get it.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense
but
whatsoever.
John Hurt's here. Let's have fun with John.
Yeah,
Hurt.
let's do it.
I am Brad.
Brad!
I am the 12th Doctor.
You're here.
Yes, I am happy to be here, and I love video games, and I'm going to go easy on the beer today because I've been having a lot of fun lately. So
yeah, it's been a real problem with me as well.
Yeah.
Who is that talking?
Yeah.
That's me. It's Dylan.
Intervention?
I'm here. I am newly mustachioed.
You guys, you're rocking some great facial hair.
That's my new favorite adjective. Newly mustachioed.
I don't like my chubby little baby face, but it works.
No, sir.
No, you have a chubby man face.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Actually, that is better.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, welcome.
Hey.
To this special episode where we will be celebrating
Slipknot.
Josh is celebrating Slipknot right now, however, which is why we are doing a 99.5. We have to wait till he is here and present to do episode 100, but it's fine anyways because we are going to be celebrating the birthday of Dark Souls. Turned 10 years old this past week,
which is wild.
You are old.
Very prepared to die. From old age. Yeah. Just kidding.
I was going to say something about infant mortality. It just doesn't make any sense.
No. Dark SIDS.
I have been off it today, folks. Dark SIDS. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Wow, this went really dark really fast. Anyway, this is Hair of the Dogcast. We are a podcast about video games and beer and video games. We do drink real live beer. I forgot to grab one. I will do that in a little bit. We are also supported by some fantabulous executive producers.
Oh, yeah.
Such as Tyler Keller, Ryan Krisnick, Brian Ward, Kate Conte, and Kipping away the moments that make up a dull day, Kipperowski.
Whoa.
That's right. And by listeners such as yourself, you beautiful, beautiful bastard. We love you.
You fuck.
You
silly
fuckers.
Fuck.
You beautiful fuckers.
You look great tonight. You do look really good, I can tell.
Yeah, but seriously, we are also supported by listeners from like you. And if you want to support us and what we do here at Hair of the Dogcast and all our fun content, go to patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. All one word. You will see all the tiers. There's so many perks that you can get by supporting the Dogcast, and we would love you forever. We already do. If you have no money, that's fine too. We were just happy you were listening.
We'd love you more if you support us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep the lights on,
Yeah.
We got to keep the train rolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we need that. And it makes Dylan happy.
It costs us money to talk.
Time is money.
Yeah.
It is. But, I mean, we love doing this.
Everyone's like, oh, there's a 3-hour Kingdom Hearts episode. I guess it just took 3 hours. You're wrong. There's a lot more that went into the back end.
Right.
Time isn't money when you got a salary, baby. That's another Dylanism.
Wow. We'll write that one down.
Thanks for supporting us.
Yeah. Guys, you doing good, though?
Yeah, things are
I'm
great.
doing all right.
Things are good.
All right.
Very tired all the time.
I'm enjoying
Very good.
this fall weather. It's a little more cool breeze, which I appreciate.
It is.
Yeah.
As a prime walk, I love walking, and I do like it when it's sweltering hot out, but I am very much
Do you?
appreciating. I do,
That's weird.
but I am.
Do you feel like you're sweating out more like toxins or
Are
something?
you and Josh going
Yeah.
to retire in Florida together?
maybe not Florida
Yeah.
for this guy, but
That's right. He wants to go, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You best get on it now because it's going to sink into the water.
So, probably, or secede.
DeSantis will say it's not sinking at all.
Yeah.
As he's drowning.
But
His
yeah,
children can't
every time we
breathe.
I experience like a Wisconsin winter, I question myself even more and more each year. Like, why am I still doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I doing this? But I guess it's for the cheese and the beer and the good friends.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's
Yes.
get some news. It was a bit of a slower news week, but we have a few stories here. It seems to be the time of year where everybody's going to court. There are lawsuits just fucking everywhere. We talked about, the Fortnite Apple thing was on the last podcast. And now
The sign of a degrading society.
it's true. And this week, we have one of our favorite subjects, the ongoing saga at Activision Blizzard.
Ooh.
So a lot of these details were taken from The Verge. Great website. Thank you very much. What I'm talking about, of course, pertains to the allegations made against Activision Blizzard this past summer by employees at the company who said that the company facilitated a culture of abuse, harassment, and discrimination.
Literally took pictures with a Bill Cosby painting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the Cosby Suite, quote unquote Cosby Suite, and some of the male employees would get hammered and go cubicle to cubicle by all the women and harass them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it sounds like a fucking awful work environment, and they deserve all of the negativity right now.
yeah, absolutely. Well, it just so happens that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, also known as the SEC for short, has joined the party of government agencies currently investigating the company and has subpoenaed a number of people at the company, including CEO Bobby Kotick, also in the movie Moneyball. I don't know if you ever
He
saw
was
that movie.
in Moneyball,
He was, yeah. I have not seen it.
so he's an actor.
No.
Because I know
He's a douchebag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just a character from the movie, or did he play himself in the movie?
He played an executive in the movie. I guess I don't know. He knew one of the filmmakers and he owed him a favor.
Okay.
So he talks to Brad Pitt in the movie, I think.
And it made him very happy.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yes. So the SEC is investigating whether or not Activision Blizzard disclosed info about harassment and discrimination claims to investors in a timely fashion. Activision Blizzard, I'm just going to say AB. It's not Anheuser-Busch. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm lazy. Is that all right?
Even Diablo's
I'm
like,
lazy.
I won't have no part of this.
Yeah, shit. AB, Activision, issued a press release and confirmed that they are cooperating with the investigation. And within the release, Bobby Kotick personally said, quote, "We are deeply committed to making Activision Blizzard one of the best, most inclusive places to work anywhere. There is absolutely no place anywhere in our company for discrimination, harassment, or unequal treatment of any kind."
We have
Well,
renamed it to the Rosie O'Donnell Suite.
Yes. I don't know. While we continue to work in good faith with regulators to address and resolve past workplace issues, we also continue to move ahead with our own initiatives to ensure that we are the very best place to work. We remain committed to addressing all workplace issues in a forthright and prompt manner.
At the very end, they also put, just please buy
End quote.
Diablo.
Right.
Please.
Yeah. Call of Duty, we're making one. So besides...
Heard of it?
Yeah. So we got the SEC breathing down their necks. Good. Besides this new investigation, I guess a week prior, an employee activist group at Blizzard called like a Better ABK, I think, along with the Digital Workers Labor Organization, filed a charge against the company with the National Labor Relations Board. And the complaint alleges many infractions, including that the company threatened employees that they cannot talk about or communicate about wages, hours, and working conditions. Basically,
Super duper illegal, yeah.
yeah, basically told employees that they can't communicate with or discuss ongoing investigations of wages, hours, and working conditions. So
That's a big ass violation of law. That's huge.
Sorry, you can't talk.
You have
about
no
it.
right to not be able to talk about your wages with your fellow employees. That's the craziest thing in the world.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of illegal.
I would love to win that court case. It would be, they would just pay me off. I really want someone to fire me one day and just for doing that. So I can be like, oh, yes.
Maybe you can get on the legal team. Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I am going to be a lawyer.
Just take an online.
You could be their cheese guy or something.
Yeah. You take an online bar test or something, and
yeah, I think that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's how I became a minister. The internet says I can talk to God
Well, it depends
absolutely.
on. It depends on what you're
and wield
ordained
his,
in.
and wield his power.
you are a pontiff.
So things are going very well for Activision Blizzard.
Satan did.
I wouldn't go that far, but I think they're feeling a little bit of some heat.
Karma.
Right now. And karma.
It's extreme karma. This also is like one of the worst looks. I know people who are like, I mean, I never liked Blizzard games really all that much to begin with. So,
Same here, kind of. Yeah.
So I'm like, take it or leave it. But I know now I'll never buy a fucking Blizzard game. I think they need to just cut the last heads off that Hydra and just see what else you can make of it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. So in addition to that, what we just spoke about with the National Labor Relations Board charge, most recently this past Monday, Activision settled a lawsuit brought against the company by the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission on the same day that it was filed. The lawsuit was filed. The filing came after a 3-year investigation by the EEOC, accusing the company for fostering a culture of harassment and discrimination, common themes here, mainly against female employees who were not only harassed but paid less and retaliated against for complaining. And as part of the settlement, Activision Blizzard promised to create an $18 million fund to compensate employees who were affected by harassment.
How much money? How much money are they making? Should they be giving a lot more?
You would think.
Yes.
I would think they could pony up a few more bones.
Here's a couple bucks. You'll be fine. Get some sneakers. Like, fuck you.
Right. Yep. So, yeah, this is going to go to the people who are affected by the harassment and discrimination, and they also promised to upgrade its policies and practices to, quote, prevent and eliminate discrimination, end quote. So, yeah, this is just a little slice of life in the whole Activision drama here. But this all leads me to this question, guys. Y'all playing Call of Duty this year or what?
Hey, oh yeah, gamer fuel.
What is it even?
Well, I'm playing Call of Duty for the Martin Luther King monuments that they're putting in there.
That's Fortnite. It's Fortnite.
I get them confused. They're the same game.
It's not the same
It
game.
might as well be the same fucking game.
It might as well be.
I'm honestly gonna probably not play Call of Duty. I'm gonna just sorry to let you guys down here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brad, if you saw the way my house was decorated, and if you saw one of the extra rooms I have now,
How many characters?
The Dorito room?
It's literally Dylan and Brad's Call of Duty hangout room.
You got a neon sign made.
God damn.
And if you don't get this fucking game, I'm gonna sue you for.
He's worked so hard on this. So
I'm gonna
hard.
sue you for emotional bereavement. What would I call that?
Let's play Fortnite instead.
But I don't even know how to dab. Bradley?
It's just a button.
Just floss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you floss?
I don't.
Can you floss?
Like the dance?
Yeah.
No. I tried once. It's not good. I can do the first 2 arm waves, and then my brain just shuts down. And can't do it.
Yeah.
You're not 10 years old enough.
Yeah, and then my niece.
I guarantee
who's 10
you've
years old.
flossed on stage before. I can almost guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I have. I mean, I've attempted. It's attempted flossing.
Yeah.
Which is like
You should actually pull out
like
floss on
attempted
stage,
homicide.
like real floss, and start flossing.
honestly, I don't know which one I'd do worse.
I always thought flossing was when you dry your taint by putting a towel in between it.
What else we got today,
yeah,
Tom?
well, yeah, that was
And then
Josh's.
going back and forth.
Yeah, I think that was Josh's definition of flossing.
Yeah.
And
It really does get it dry.
I guess, but I don't know. Like,
Do you have really abrasive towels?
yeah, I never wash them. and I jerk off into them constantly.
So they harden and become sharp.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, okay. So let's go on to another legal proceeding here. This one, this is a similar note.
Gosh, we're just like the legal podcast.
Honestly, lately, like I said, there wasn't a lot going on except for some of this shit since we podcasted last. So blame these people
Blame
for
the
being
assholes.
horrible.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if this guy's too horrible. Let's talk about former composer for the Halo series and Destiny.
Oh no, Marty got in trouble. I saw this.
Marty!
I was very bummed to hear this.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So he created a lot of music for Destiny, and then there were some problems.
Paul McCartney's best friend, but suffice it to say, he didn't get along with Activision, and he was very vocal about it, and they pushed him out of the company. He won a proceeding that allowed him to stay in the company and be one of like the main heads of Bungie, even though they didn't want him there at all. So it's been very awkward, but it has been alleged or confirmed that some of the music he had made with Paul McCartney on Destiny has made it online, and he didn't try to take it down. It seemed like he was the one who put it up, and it's going to cost him a lot of money. Yes, that is pretty much it in a nutshell. I mean, like you said, he won the lawsuit like for wrongful termination. Back in 2015 or something like that.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, and part of that ruling was also an injunction that he had to turn in all the assets, like every bit of music that he composed.
Every CD.
Yeah, for Destiny, or every music file. Basically give everything up, take everything down from the internet. And then, I guess in 2019, things started popping up on YouTube under his channel, Destiny-related things and music, and also on Bandcamp. And on the Bandcamp site, users could actually pay him to download things and download some of his music.
It's a really dumb decision.
Marty, what are you doing, man?
This was incredibly baffling. It's heartbreaking because I do love the guy, and it's heartbreaking because he worked for Bungie for so long. They were ultimate homies and families and friends, and then Activision comes along and just tainted what was, by all accounts, a really great company. Bungie hasn't been the same, and I'm just going to blame Activision for that, and Marty made some bad decisions.
Yeah, I'd say Marty's culpable a little bit here.
The fact that people still play Destiny 2 still.
I have a fair number of friends that still play it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I played up to Forsaken, but that was about it.
The guns feel great. The world looks good. The gameplay, I mean, it's the mission system that's not great, and the raid system that's not great, and the loot, but
everything but the shooting.
But like the loop of shooting enemies feels good. That's enough for some people, and it's the community that people really hold on to.
And when you get one of those really rare weapons in there, the weapons do feel different. So, yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, fucking Bungie basically filed to hold Marty in contempt of court. And the court said, yes, you're correct. He is in contempt. The argument was, quote, Mr. O'Donnell's very possession of such materials that he posted proves he did not comply with the order to return all material to Bungie. So as a result of this contempt ruling, I'll quickly go through some of the sanctions imposed on Mr. O'Donnell. He can now be subjected to a third-party forensic examination of his electronic devices in order to delete any assets relating to Destiny or the music of the Spheres, which I think was the precursor to the Destiny music.
It was supposed to be like a whole album.
Yeah. Correct. That sounds about right. Marty must also remove all the relevant material from the internet, which I guess he has done. And he must post a message agreed upon by both O'Donnell and Bungie that he did not have legal authorization to share the content, and ask people who had previously downloaded the material to not share the content, and also to promise to delete and destroy their copies.
We promise.
I swear to God, my fingers are not crossed. Once this message is posted, he may make no direct or indirect public comments about the post or respond to anyone who responds to it. And O'Donnell must pay Bungie any money that consumers paid for the content while the music was posted. Oh, and here's
Here's the kicker.
He must also pay Bungie's, quote, reasonable costs incurred by filing the contempt charge, like attorney's fees, filing fees, court costs.
It could be a lot.
And Bungie is asking $100,000, which O'Donnell's representatives are currently disputing as not being reasonable at all.
And also, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Even for the guy that wrote the Flintstones Vitamins theme.
Yeah, one of the Twitter posts I saw him make was, I'm going to be in a pretty bad spot for a while. Dude, why'd you put that stuff on there? You're
tempting fate. Like,
you knew you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. I wonder why he did that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was also like his life's work with Paul McCartney. He was extremely proud of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If you get to work with one of your idols, like one of the greatest people of all time, you recorded a song with him, Tom, and then it's like, sorry, no one can ever hear it. Like, at some point, you just get drunk and be like,
I'm put it up. God damn it, they can't do this to me.
Yeah, but still, how old's this guy? I expect this from like a 22-year-old punk, but not like an old. I assume he's an older man.
He's an older man. He's like an older punk.
He's an older punk. Yeah. He definitely has that streak. Just from listening to interviews with him.
Yeah,
defiant.
Big fan of Marty. His music's great.
When people
his
worship,
decisions are bad.
When people worship the ground you walk on because of the things you make and do,
like us.
Yeah, like me specifically, not you guys. But
I mean, you do talk to God. So,
yes, I do. Yeah, he has a lot to say. But it reads less as like renegade artist badassery and more just, man, dude, you're way too old for this shit. Just keep your head about you, because I think it's all ego. Yeah, it's egotistical. Obviously, this person he thinks very highly of himself.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen interviews though where he talked like he was the shit. What got him in the most trouble, I mean, he was very vocal against how Activision was pushing things for Destiny. And then at one point, they were going to be doing like a gameplay trailer, and he created a piece of music for it. And then he showed up on the day, and Activision had replaced it out with like a Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, they did.
And
I remember that.
He was livid.
A Led Zeppelin song?
I think it was Led Zeppelin, yeah.
Really?
Yep, and it was just not what he wanted it, like it's not what he thought it should be, what it was supposed to be, and he was extremely vocal, and they wrongfully terminated him for it. And
it was Peter Dinklage in a Ford.
It was Peter Dinklage playing accordion.
Rock and roll. He's sitting on books in the pickup truck.
That came from the moon. Oh my God! Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wonder how much he's actually going to have to pay.
There's no feasible way he can afford that.
Well, he might be able to. I mean, he's got money.
Yeah, I mean, he probably still has stocks, like fucking stock options and shit. You said he was on the board?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so it sounds like he's still on the board.
The board.
So that's just great, you know. Like, yeah, he still gets to go to the board meetings.
Isn't it? It's so weird how like some of these things transpire.
Did you want to hear about another lawsuit? You might not. You have any more lawsuits? Because I got a new one.
That's the last lawsuit I had.
Carl Jobst, however you want to say it. He's a pretty famous YouTuber.
Oh yeah.
He recently was the one who got Go Collect and like all of the not Go Collect. The
Heritage auction?
Heritage auctions. He got Heritage auctions and like the way that they've been manipulating prices. He also has been integral in exposing the alleged fraud of Billy Mitchell, and Mitchell has finally sued him. Yep. And I guess Notch or someone from the Minecraft communities said, I'll help you pay for almost all of it if I can.
Really?
Billy Mitchell's throwing out another lawsuit at somebody.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
is his hot sauce any good?
It was fine. It was adequate.
Was it? I never had.
I don't want to get a lawsuit against like saying we didn't like the hot sauce.
That's not
You
defamation.
can say it sucks.
It's called a review.
Yeah.
Well, he'll give you one anyways.
Billy is a different character. So yeah.
Do you know how Toby Fox came after me after
huge, dude. I took a picture with the guy and his thumb was like bigger than my head. I swear to God.
Do you remember when
You're
Toby
right.
Fox came after me after that vicious beating I gave Undertale?
Toby Fox.
After I thrashed it up and down the street?
He kicked your ass.
No.
You know,
He lost.
We all saw the cage match. You lost.
but the joke's on him.
No.
Yeah,
There's no tape.
yeah.
I
He chose
destroyed
to
them all.
He chose to
There's a
attack
DVD.
you, so we got the bad ending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
But yeah,
that's great. I'll have to look at that. And that whole, apart from the Billy Mitchell thing, that whole fucking
Heritage auction stuff?
auction, the price fixing, like that is, that's just a fucking story. That's going to be like the next American crime story.
and it looks true-ish. I don't know. I mean, I believe what they're saying, and yeah, Carl Jobst. Is it Jobst? I think I'm saying his name right.
yeah.
I've never heard it out loud.
Yep.
But that dude always makes really good content, and
awesome.
Best of luck to you with everything coming up. So, yeah.
We had one of the guys implicated on our podcast.
Yeah,
in Portland.
Loosely implicated.
Yeah, peripherally. Yep. He had to come out and make a statement. He's all
Terry Diebold's like, how do I get in on this action?
Jeff Meyer. Yep. I always thought it was weird when we were done interviewing him, and he's like, "I gotta go." I'm like, "What? Why?" He's like, "There's a mint bubble bobble being sold or something like that." I'm like, "Why do you care? Who are you, and why do you care about a mint?"
You millionaire comic book collector, leave the bubble bobble alone.
I mean, nice guy and everything, but I just thought it was just a weird thing. I'm like, I've never heard anybody say like, "I gotta go because there is a mint game here," and it sounded like he never really.
I have a
into
purchasing emergency.
games. Right. Any more lawsuits, Dylan? Do you have any lawsuits you want to add to the pile, the docket?
No, but I've been mulling some around.
Right. Have you sued anybody this week? Has anybody sued you?
Only
do you
in
have
my
to do a
dreams.
GoFundMe?
Too busy. Only in my dreams, man.
Mm-hmm.
And on
You're a busy boy.
And on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Technically,
Okay.
so.
I guess. Yeah.
But that's like early 1900s law. It's a little different.
Sure. Understood. Okay, guys. Nintendo Direct. There was one this last week.
Yeah, there was.
You guys watch it?
I
parts.
saw some of the highlights, and I caught what I thought was important.
Games are shown.
Kirby.
Open world looking
Kirby with the Last of Us influence, post-apocalyptic Kirby.
I don't care. I kind of liked how that looked.
When they said Troy Baker was voicing Kirby, I was worried. But I have since came around.
Ellie.
baby girl.
Right. King DDD.
Oh my God! See Kirby's face get bashed in with a golf club.
Strangle dad.
So yeah, games are shown, such as Kirby. But one revelation from the presentation seemed to take the internet by storm for a hot minute.
Did it?
Because it was such a ridiculous revelation.
It was. So guys, I ask you, Chris Pratt,
The
new voice of Mario.
They say, Chris Pratt, he's so funny. They said that.
They did say that, yes. So yeah, it was announced that Miyamoto came out and said, "Hey, we are working on a animated Super Mario movie coming out in Christmas time 2022." And they said, "Here's a look at the cast." I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've already probably engaged in an online conversation about it. Yeah, Chris Pratt is the voice of Mario.
Charles Martinet is also listed in the cast at the
Is.
bottom.
Yes.
So I know what's going to happen.
Well, okay.
So
Wreck-It Ralph.
it's going to be like the stage play in Mario Brothers 3 or Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah.
Like they're going to essentially clock out of work, get off the stage, and it'll be Chris Pratt and then Charlie Day. And I bet even Bowser might not be a bad guy.
Okay.
But regardless, that's how, like, he will have Mario's voice on stage or like when the game's turned on, as soon as the game's turned off or
Okay.
something. Like that's how it's going to be. And then Chris Pratt takes over the voice.
It's going to be some metatextual.
So like Baby Bop from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. When
Yeah.
He's just the baby, and then when the camera's
Yeah,
cut,
yeah.
he's like, "Hey, give me a cigar."
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to go.
Joe Pesci as Bob-omb is really exciting casting. Very excited.
I
for
love that. Yeah. So there were a lot of hot takes with the Chris Pratt thing.
A lot of adult men getting very angry.
Yeah.
at something
The
stupid.
best thing was demands for Dennis Reynolds and Frank from Always Sunny, Danny DeVito to be Waluigi and Wario. There was like a campaign on Twitter like, we're doing this.
Dude, somebody's got to put Danny DeVito into a video game movie. Like, it just
He
has
does
to happen.
anything now. Anyway,
He's a perfect Wario.
yeah,
That would be a good Wario.
Yeah.
he'd be a great warrior.
What? Just yelling. farting.
So yeah, I could have gave two shits, to be honest with you. Like he's just
Keegan-Michael
white
Key
bread.
is Toad.
That's actually that's funny though.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. So like Donkey Kong doesn't talk.
Yep. Yeah, so
outside of the animated
He'll
series.
talk.
Anna Taylor-Joy is Princess Peach. Okay. I liked her. Queen's Gambit.
She's talented.
She's fine. I can see her doing it. Charlie Day is not the Luigi, I would imagine.
No.
Even Leguizamo's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that. He had to chime in. Like, yeah. Well, people were saying that about Leguizamo, as I do frequently for pretty much every role. And Fred
Spawn.
Cranky Kong is going to be in there. Fred Armisen is playing.
I like that casting a lot, too.
Yeah.
He's going to be like old and Jewish. It's going to be funny.
Who is Sebastian Maniscalco? Like, that looks familiar. The name's familiar.
What character is he playing?
He's playing Spike.
You know the character Spike?
You don't know the character Spike?
I'm asking, do you know?
Is he one of the Koopalings, or is he like the
He's like one of the
Spike
boss from the construction game that they did, right? They're like Mario's boss.
Mario is missing?
Spike is a little green man with big lips.
Who the fuck is Spike?
Well, he's a comedian. He's playing Foreman Spike.
Foreman Spike.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be like a tour of Mario's history. It's going to be fucking great.
Don't jump to conclusions. We don't know what it is.
Fucking
Foreman
love it.
Spike is the foreman of the demolition site where Mario and Luigi work in Wrecking Crew.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh wow. Okay, we're getting back. We're going back, digging deep
To 85.
to the annals.
He's got a very ethnic look about him.
He looks way cooler in the mobile golf game, though. I would party with that guy. Big purple beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, all the artwork from '85, even Mario, there was very ethnic.
It looks like he works hard.
There was some very ethnic interpretations. Yeah, check out pictures of Foreman Spike, played by Sebastian Maniscalco. And like you said, Brad, Charles Martinet, it will be in there. Everyone knows him as the voice of Mario and Wario and Waluigi. And
The kid will be playing the game, and it'll be Charles doing the voice. And as soon as the kid's done playing the game, it's like Toy Story or something. Sure. That's when Chris Pratt takes over, and everyone rolls around confused. I mean, honestly, Idris Elba as Knuckles makes more sense to me.
that's great casting.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Let's
actually
be
good from the
honest.
beginning.
Yeah. Idris Elba does anything. It's fine.
I
Mario.
That's a Mario.
Yes.
I often say, let the thing be the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this adaptation was going to come eventually. And also, it's not fucking for us. It's for 10-year-olds. It's not going to be some like high-minded.
They're not making it for 10-year-olds. They're making it for 10-year-olds and 40-year-olds.
They're making it for
everybody.
Yeah, but it's going to be so winky. It's going to be like wink, wink, wink. Remember this wink, wink.
Nintendo makes pretty smart decisions with their
Illumination.
franchises.
Illumination.
So, yeah.
I don't think Shigeru would sign off if it didn't seem like it had the spirit that I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
What I really would prefer is the Mario Brothers 2 sequel that was teased at the end of the Leguizamo Hoskins film, because they do tease another one.
You can just CG Bob Hoskins back in there.
Just have Chris Pratt play him.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely cautiously optimistic. I mean, I don't give a shit really either way. You know.
Yeah.
I will watch it. It's not like they're not going to get my money.
Just watch it from a Russian site like you did with Shang-Chi.
But it's not going to fucking upset me. Like when people make decisions and scripts and stuff. And
Don't you get upset with Marvel movies?
I get upset with when they make like really stupid decisions.
What's the stupidest decision Marvel's made recently?
Oh my God,
Just
recently?
one. Just one.
Honestly, Shang-Chi using the rings.
Does he not use the ring at all? Rings at all?
No. He's just a master of kung fu. Literally, he's so good at kung fu that he kicks the shit out of superheroes.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
we can save this talk for later.
That's
but,
fine. Don't worry
It's
about it.
very compelling.
Well, I think the 10 rings will show up. They'll actually go to his sister in the next movie.
Okay.
He'll lose them.
Are the rings the new pieces of the fucking Infinity Stones?
No, but you can use them for platforms, for swing things.
Swingers.
You
They
can do
have to-
Kamehamehas on them.
Kamahama.
There are power structures built by the Celestials, I believe. Do not quote me on that. The Celestials are going to be.
No, if
It's pretty specific.
Dylan's wrong, send us a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
I won't read them.
Pretend he's Chris Pratt.
We did that Batman versus Spider-Man Raw Dogs, and there was just one guy's like, this point was wrong, this point was wrong.
I was right on one of them.
Ooh, damn it.
An alternate universe to 616 is our universe, you stupid
You heard
dipshit.
it here, everybody. All right. This movie is being...
There aren't superheroes running around.
I think that the movie is being developed by the people who did the Minion movies or whatever.
Illumination.
I'll just say yes. I don't know.
That's the reason I don't have faith in it.
Okay. Despicable me. Just a high-level look at some of the other stuff that was announced, or some of the highlights. N64 and Genesis games are coming to Nintendo Online as part of an added subscription tier. You can finally play your Streets of Rage.
They're gonna have Genesis and
I have
64
the Sega
controllers, Switch controllers coming out.
Yes.
I have the Sega Classic Collection.
Yep, me as well.
The Genesis Collection. I don't need
You don't?
anything else. That literally has...
Just in case you need another.
It has Rystar on there.
It sure does. What a game. What a fucking game that is.
It's actually not bad. But the N64, the selection is a little stupid too, considering that the Mario All-Stars collection came out.
Right.
And
That
it is
everybody bought
anyway. Like a fucking slap to the face. This is bad consumerism.
If
at its height, do I want to play? If I'm playing Mario Kart, they only keep getting better in my opinion, except for the Wii one. Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, they just keep getting better with each installment. Why would I want to play 64?
I just wish that they would add super light online functionality. Like if you were able to play multiplayer Mario Kart on the 64,
that would be so cool. Actually,
they won't do it. But like,
No.
could you imagine? Like just for one game for that 64
Mario
Classic.
Tennis, the original on the 64, that game still slaps. So
Sure.
I don't know.
Some of the old Mario parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, Brad, they're releasing like a Bluetooth N64 controller and
Genesis,
the 3-button. Yeah, the U.S. gets the 3-button version. I think Japan gets the 6-button.
We're not as technical as they are.
No, they have more thumbs. It's true, and it's an evolutionary trait, and that's why they're superior.
It's true.
Yep,
Confirmed.
Checks out. Like I said, we had a new Kirby game, and that looked neat.
It did.
You know, I guess we'll see what happens there. An ActRaiser remake, ActRaiser Renaissance, was announced and released the day of the presentation, which made me giddy for a second. But then I realized
You don't care.
It doesn't look the greatest.
Oh, it doesn't.
Are you talking about Castlevania?
ActRaiser.
Oh, you're still talking about ActRaiser. Okay.
Yes. So I did. So I don't know. The reviews came back for the ActRaiser thing, and yeah, it's not that. I don't think it's horrible, but it's just not.
It's
like,
not. Worth
everybody lost their
energy.
shit for like 30 seconds, and then like pulled it back a little bit. Like,
this happens a lot though. Like with like these weird like side remake thing, or not remakes, but like when they bring back a beloved franchise like Bubsy. I'm just kidding. Whatever, man.
I'll tell you what. Like
they knew what it was going to be. That's why they released it that day.
This kind of tactic to like release it. You know, announce and release it like on a direct or a presentation.
I love that shit.
It's
usually.
actually like if you know your game's a fucking stinker.
Yeah.
Like let's say it's a Bubsy game, right?
Yeah.
If you just say like available now, here's a Bubsy trailer, people will just fucking you don't have a chance to get a review. Get shitty reviews to come in. You kind of like. You just capitalize on people just being really excited and just fucking hitting that download button immediately, not knowing if the game's good or not. I almost did.
Skyrim. They don't even change it. They're just like, here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I need it for the Switch. Oh, I need it for this.
Yeah.
Well, and then they also announced the Castlevania Game Boy collection.
Yes.
Which I bought.
I downloaded
I bought
immediately.
Well, I
Or
mean,
when it came out.
Circle of the Moon is kind of garbo.
Circle of the Moon is not good.
Harmony of Dissonance is fantastic. It's my favorite out of the three, I'm guessing. What were the other one? What was there that
Aria.
They also had
Aria of Sorrow.
Aria of Sorrow, and then Dracula X, which is not Game Boy
And
Advance,
it's poopy.
by the way.
It's shit.
That's a
But
bad
I mean,
SNES
I would
thing.
essentially be buying it for Harmony of Dissonance, which I already have on the Game Boy Advance, and I love that game.
Aria of Sorrow is a very good Metroidvania.
Sorrow.
But playing it on
I prefer Dawn of Sorrow.
I don't know.
the
Playing it
sequel.
on a big screen doesn't sound super appetizing. It's a portable Switch game that's great, but also I'll just take my SP.
looks-
I still have my SP charged up.
It does look bad on the big screen.
I played it on my projector.
Oh, no,
I played
Tom.
I played about I just booted up Circle of the Moon. I'm not going to go through like a Castlevania game right now because Metroid's coming out in a couple weeks, so I'm just kind of like saving myself up. But yeah, let's just say you can see the pixels. Oh, you can see the pixels.
You can flatten them a little, and it does work pretty well.
Okay.
Just going to screw around with the settings. The default does not go to pixel perfect.
Okay.
Because they're not stretched, and they kind of. Yeah. The characters look okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely play it. I mean, I love those fucking games, like you said. And it's developed by M2. They do great work. So
it looks great in handheld mode, though. It really does.
Something baffling while we're talking about Castlevania. Here will be my little like gift horse side spot here.
Oh shit, gift horse! What happened to gift horse?
Brad got tired. Brad has a lot on the plate. But Games with Gold, October 2021, Castlevania Harmony of Despair. The incredibly bizarre multiplayer like raid style, which includes all of the 2D Castlevania characters going through giant maps, which I did like that game. I played it online way back in the day. Hopefully, if anyone wants to play it, reach out to us because I would play on there with you. But what you can do, though, it's going to be on Game Pass for October. Cool. So you can zoom way out and see like an entire Castlevania castle map of like Symphony of the Night. Yep. And you all spawn in different locations. But on your projector, you could go all the way out and it looks amazing. On the big screen, it's fun going as far out as I can.
I believe Tom showed us actually this game.
Harmony of Despair?
Yeah. On the fucking wall projector. Yes, you did.
I don't think I ever. No, I don't remember ever playing it.
I watched one of you guys.
Maybe watched it at my house.
It's possible.
Because I don't know, but
I've always wanted to play.
This game was kind of a confusing thing when it came out, and it wasn't popular. But I did play it for a while and enjoyed it.
Yep.
So if there is a little online push, reach out to the Dogcast. I would definitely join you online for a couple rounds.
Yeah, that'd be a good time. Good time. We had Bayonetta 3 get announced at the end of the thing, or not announced, but I guess they announced that, hey, it's coming out in 2022. That's it. No actual like window.
You mean my wife's returning after all of these years?
Yeah, your bae is coming back. Your hairy bae.
I love her. Bayonetta 3.
Okay.
So this is where shit gets a little interesting because that's not our Bayonetta in the trailer. You're not actually playing. So Bayonetta has a lot of time travel, and then there's a little girl version of her named Cereza, and Bayonetta has a very tragic.
Right. So the little girl grow up and turn into. Okay.
So
it's going to make you feel weird when you watch it.
I think it's going to be both of them.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah.
Because she has Cereza's hair.
Is this I didn't see this. Was this a gameplay trailer or was it a Knights of the Old Republic remake trailer?
It's gameplay. It showed gameplay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not final gameplay though, but based on everything,
it's been in development for 5 years at least.
It looks pretty much like this is going to function.
Okay.
So they didn't really like soup up the graphics for it. I have a feeling it's still going to look like a fucking Switch game. So
I know that was like just seeing some of the gameplay footage from all the games. I'm like, God damn it, the Switch needs a fucking update soon because even watching Kirby, as cool as that, as interesting as that looked, I'm like, oh God, like
Nintendo's gotten away with it.
They have, but Tommy's a graphics like whore, so I don't know.
As someone who almost never plays the Switch in handheld mode, I'm on the same side as you. Yeah. Some of those games look fine in handheld, but they need to look better on the screen.
Yeah. I'm definitely playing Bayonetta 3. I played the first two, liked them. 2
is a very good video game. Like
Wii U exclusive. Notch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. The reason to own the Wii U.
It's not exclusive.
It's on Switch now, right?
It's on Switch. Yeah. There's the collection.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's actually my preferred way of play.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Chocobo GP Racing. There you go.
Next.
Continue.
Wow, I thought you were going to be like, I can't wait for this.
No, I don't.
Splatoon 3?
It's cock.
Splatoon 3, they showed that.
I still need to play a Splatoon game. I've never tried one.
They're fun.
They
They're
look
really
cool.
good.
I don't know. Looks like original gameplay.
I usually get to max level in the multiplayer, and then the enjoyment of it completely dips off.
Okay.
I did that in the previous two, like got really good gear and got very good at it.
Yeah.
Like there is a real thrill to covering the map with ink and then like just destroying people and like really dominating. But otherwise,
I like the swimming mechanic when you just dive into the paint.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's pretty wonderful. But when they made Splatoon 2, I thought that game was going to be so fucking good. I'm like, a little story mode? That's awesome.
Yep.
They don't care. They don't care about that. They just want to make another online service game. When these games die, they die. That means you don't get any enjoyment out of these anymore.
Yeah.
And the one on the Wii U is like, no one's going to be able to go back and play that. What's the fucking point? I don't know. It does upset that kind of stuff upsets me because you put so much love and time into crafting these games, but now it's such a time and place thing where if you weren't literally alive and of an age where you could enjoy these games, well, fuck you. Now you play the fourth one.
You're triggering Frank's faulty right now. No, but I'm. That's part of the beauty of it, though, too. These are experiences that need to be multiplayer. They need to be of its time, and they're not made to be lasting forever. And enjoy them while you can, to an extent. I don't know. It's unfortunate, but
preserve.
What else are you going to do?
Somebody fucking have a server in your bedroom that just keeps it alive.
It's like I'd love to play Phantasy Star Online for the original Xbox Online, and there probably are some people out there that could make it happen, but
if they bring back, let's just say if they bring back there's a mode called Salmon Run in the game, and it was a lot of fun. It was like retaking territories and stuff, and it was very cool.
Nice.
So yeah.
I got Splatoon 2 and played it for maybe a couple hours, and then the single player thing, and then kind of fell off of it. So
that single.
I wish I had a
was
physical
bad.
so I could actually like just sell it to somebody or give it to somebody.
I ended up selling mine.
Damn it. And then I was going to say they announced that Disco Elysium is coming to Switch, and I would.
They announced that like a year ago, though.
They showed the game.
They announced it again, though.
And I said,
I'll buy it.
I say, please God, play it somewhere else, anywhere else.
Why? Why?
It'd be good.
Oh, it's going to just all the text, and I just don't see that.
It's fine. It's a good bed game for me.
I mean, yeah, I guess a good portable game, but man, if you have the means and don't go anywhere, get it for Xbox.
I don't have a
or
computer
PC.
no more, so.
Oh, God damn it! One day, we're gonna do it. You can take your computer back, by the way.
I can't do it right now. I didn't drive here. I'm not dragging that.
All
thing
right,
on my
and
back.
lastly, just a thing here. This happened today, or was announced today. Netflix has officially acquired its first game studio. They bought Oxenfree and After Party developer Night School Studio.
I know.
It's a perfect choice, actually.
Yeah.
Interactive, story-based games with pretty art styles.
Night School is founded by former Telltale employees.
Okay.
So there you go. That's the news, gentlemen. Did you like that?
That was really good. That was the best news we've ever done.
So much. We covered it all.
I'm so filled
We
with
laughed.
knowledge.
We cried. We went to court.
We went to court, yeah.
We're the Spirit Hunters, and we're a show that treats Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho's author as the center of the universe. Some weeks we do linguistic analysis.
So the Chinese meaning of this character is to smelt or refine, but so the changed meaning in Japanese it means to temper.
Other times we get absolutely smashed.
So we take one shot every time. Yusuke uses the ray gun.
1 hour later.
This is the least coherent episode.
Sarah, you're
I think your apartment is haunted.
You can find out more about the Spirit Hunters right here on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Fans of video games, history, or video game history will definitely want to listen to Retronauts. Each week, Bob Mackey and myself, that's Jeremy Parrish, dive into the stories behind the greatest games of the past and the history behind the hits of today. Check us out every Monday on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the second half of the Dogcast.
What a bunch of great shows from the Greenlit Podcast Network we just heard about.
They're
there
all
too.
amazing.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Yeah, go check them out. greenlitpodcast.com. All right, guys, before we get into the meat, before we prepare to podcast about the Dark Souls and possibly have a gush fest. Maybe not.
It's going to be a gush fest.
Probably. Let's just check in with what we're playing at the moment. Brad, you said you had a surprise.
Well, I started a new game today. Before I mention that, I just want to mention Monkey Ball Banana Mania comes out October 5th. Very excited for it. Very excited. But today I was putting off this game for a while, and after getting through the hurdle that was the Kingdom Hearts series, and also I've been working on an editing project for a YouTube company I'm working with. I've just been doing a lot of projects, and I just needed a game. I just needed a game to play, and I needed to unwind, and I just wanted to relax. So I finally picked up God of War. The 2018, I want to say, was the year.
Yeah, that's correct.
And Atreus! Oh, it's great. Kratos is honestly probably my favorite character that's on the PlayStation console. He's iconic. He's a badass. I have beaten the stranger, and we are climbing the mountain.
Jeremy Davies?
If that's who plays him, I'm not sure who the stranger is yet. I have a suspicion, but I'm really enjoying the game. It's much more like God of War than I thought it would be, though. I, for some reason, thought it was going to be unlike the original ones. Because it had such a new, fresh look and a new take and a new world. I didn't expect it to fall back into collecting, that same treasure chest, simple puzzle solving, semi-repetitive combat thus far. It's much more deep and fun, but
it only gets more in depth as it goes on.
Okay.
They give you reasons to give a shit about how this axe works. They really do.
Okay. Yeah, but I played I think 3 hours today, and I've been loving it. So
yeah, good for you, man. That's a great game. Not gonna lie.
Want to play it before the next one comes out.
Good. Yes, that's a solid plan.
Yeah.
Dylan, when you're not working 80 hours a day, have you been playing?
I downloaded Eastward, which is featured on the Nintendo Switch. Lovely little indie game. Very Earthbound-esque, and it wears its heart on its sleeve, but it actually plays a little bit more like a Legend of Zelda or adventure game.
Okay.
I'm not far into it. I honestly also got Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I've been replaying that.
Nice. Such a good game.
I know. It's just so brilliant.
One of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
Yeah.
David Weiss is amazing.
But Eastward is good. I'm really loving the pixel art. Lately I've been finding pixel art a little annoying, if only because every indie tries to play with your heartstrings in that specific way.
Yeah.
The combat's pretty fun. The characters are endearing. I have a feeling there's a lot more going on within the story itself, but I've just been in the underground for a little while, but I've spent 2.5 hours there. There's also a video game you can play within the game called Earthborn, and it's basically Dragon Quest.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like Earthbound.
No.
Okay.
See, a lot of this, it's all like, everything's a little funky. Everything that people have to say is a little bit like, clearly this is post-apocalyptic. Everyone's living underground.
Yes.
I'm like, so eventually we're going to go above ground. Okay, I'm going to keep going with this. I haven't played a ton of it, but I look forward to it.
But initial impressions are positive.
Yes.
Cool.
Depending on if they get super metatextual with it, I think I might get annoyed here and there. But the combat actually works. Your main character just uses a frying pan. It's very fun.
Oh, that's nice.
And I've been killing slugs.
Can you upgrade the frying pan, or is it just...
Yeah, I think so. I don't know for sure, though.
Yeah.
I haven't actually looked into this game a lot. I just remember seeing an original trailer for the last Indie Direct and going like, well, fuck you, Nintendo, making me buy this shit. I also got
I say that a lot.
I also got the Castlevania Advanced Collection.
Yes. That's right.
We already talked about that. There's not much to say.
Yeah.
Is it a nice collection? I mean, I imagine it's just click the game and then it's the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
along with unskippable cutscenes and all.
Yeah. You get the rewinding,
so they have some of that functionality?
Yep.
Well, that's great.
It makes Circle the Moon a lot easier.
Circle the Moon is not a great game. I hate the way he jumps. And it's also not canon, which doesn't matter, but...
That's stupid.
They removed it. They removed it.
Yeah.
Like Hugh?
Hugh Morris? What a character.
It'll definitely make Dracula X.
I remember squinting so hard with Circle of the Moon on my purple Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
Impossible.
I still have that somewhere. Damn it, the actual game.
That game is impossible to see on original Game Boy.
Yeah, because they developed that thinking there was going to be a light in the Game Boy Advance, and then Nintendo took the light away.
Psych.
Whoopsie. I guess I'll go. I finished Psychonauts 2 finally, and
pretty good story, right?
Great. The whole way through.
Yeah.
It stuck the landing. It was fucking just... Yeah. What a fantastic game. And I started playing this other game.
What is it, Tom?
It's called Norman Reedus Simulator.
Yes! Yes!
I saw the box.
Yeah, Tom!
Now...
It starts slow.
Let me say this. I haven't played a lot of it, and I haven't played in the last couple days because I've been busy. But I don't know if I like it yet.
Just wait.
I don't know if I like it.
Just wait.
But I feel compelled to play
everyone,
it.
yes,
I feel compelled to to see what is this? I don't know what's going on. You're throwing all this shit at me, and
sometimes literally.
Yeah. So, anyways, I started playing Death Stranding Director's Cut on the PS5, and
the box is down by the couch.
Oh, okay.
What?
I immediately where is it? I want to see it.
God damn it.
I was thinking about the Director's Cut and wanting to play it, but I decided I can't play it yet. I just played it not long ago.
Yeah.
It is a fun gameplay loop, though. It takes a while, but once you get once they give you the world and the tools, that's when the game opens up and it becomes really fun.
Yeah.
First suggestion.
Definitely hand-holdy right now.
Do not feel like a completionist right away. Go immediately to chapter 3. As fast as you fucking can.
Okay.
Because then you can go back and use the tools from that chapter and it makes your life way easier.
Okay.
Oh my God, so much easier.
Now I never
fun.
played the not Director's Cut, so I don't know what elements there that I've encountered that are new to this version to make my life easier. Or
you can play Metal Gear Solid in Death Stranding. It's the only real difference from the trailer I could tell.
Yeah.
Now
I think it makes some quality of life.
There's some quality of life improvements. There's some few other ways to do deliveries, and there's some more combat sections added. But honestly, I do love that.
Yeah.
The world design and the feel of the game is really good. So I'm excited for you.
It's better than I thought it would be, and it looks really fucking good.
Oh my God, on a PS5 running?
Yeah,
God,
looks
that's
very
what
nice.
I wanted it. That's why I wanted it to run on my PC before it died on me. I was just like, on a PC, this is going to look fucking dynamic.
Yeah.
It
reinstilled my crush that I had as a kid on Lindsay Wagner. So
she's beautiful.
Which one was she? Ah, okay. She kind of looks like you.
That's kind of weird. Yeah,
that is weird.
You see it though, right?
No.
It gave me a crush on Lea Seydoux.
Honestly, I was just looking at Troy Baker the whole time.
Mikkelsen.
Margaret Qualley's cute too.
I did see a video of Mads Mikkelsen dancing, like sitting on a bench and then dancing in front of a bunch of people.
Nice.
And Mads Mikkelsen is a special kind of person.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much what I know I've dabbled in a couple things here and there, but nothing's really stuck. Yeah.
Did you catch the twist in Psychonauts 2? Did you figure it out before it actually told you?
That it's a sequel? That was the twist, right?
Oh, that you're
don't say it.
Okay. Yeah, the character?
Essentially, the character, yeah.
No, but
it legitimately surprised me. I was like, no.
Yeah, because I talked to that character.
Bubsy?
Yeah, Bubsy.
Yes. And I thought they might have something to do, just the way that they were acting, when they get into town.
Yeah.
When you first meet them. I thought they were talking in a certain manner that maybe they have more to do in the story. But then I'm like, well, maybe the whole group has something, bigger. Yeah. But anyways, I fucking, God damn it.
Did you play after the credits rolled? There's more shit to do.
Oh, is there? No, I didn't.
There's like literal epilogue conversations you can have with everyone.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
You basically have free reign over like the headquarters, and you can just find the extra shit that you missed.
Oh, I beat it the day that I got Death Stranding, and I was really excited to start Death Stranding. So I'm like, okay, credits are rolling. I'm gonna boot up the PS5 and start playing that.
When you think you're at the end of Death Stranding, just make sure you have 3 hours.
Okay.
Just make sure you have time because
I played Metal Gear 4.
Okay, you're ready. Then you're ready. Okay,
we're good. All right. guys, happy birthday to Dark Souls. This is
10.
Yeah,
they grow up so quickly.
We've talked about Dark Souls on the podcast quite a bit, and I know that we are fans, or some of us have. But I'm like, we need to just properly talk about it finally, because we'd talk about it in spits and spurts, and
Brad would be like, enough already, and then he finally got like a taste of a Soulsborne game.
Yeah, it wasn't enough already. It was just hard to
relate
because I hadn't played it.
Sure, yeah,
right. It's okay.
And it's not an easy series to walk into. You have to get punished hard for a few hours before you're eventually like, I think I might understand it.
And you have to have and you have to be willing to come back.
And if it wasn't a challenge that you had laid the gauntlet down, I wouldn't have kept persisting because I had a hard head and I was going to beat Gascoigne, whether the fuck he wanted to or not.
Damn.
Well, I actually think that Bloodborne, especially like the way that they have it set up, is not super similar to Dark Souls in the way that they kind of funnel you into challenges. Dark Souls is more about exploration and kind of really understanding what the world around you is.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is a lot more of a straightforward video game. A
lot of it has
Dark Souls might be too slow for you at this point, and that might be the issue.
So Dark Souls is 19? Is that what it was? How old is Dark Souls now?
10.
It's 10.
10, okay.
Came out in 2011.
Yep. So just some basic details here off the top. Developed by From Software, published by Bandai Namco, directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, and released in Japan on 9/22/2011. That's September 22nd, 2011, and released in the U.S. on October 4th of the same year. Everybody knows Dark Souls, right?
People know what it is by reputation almost.
Yeah.
And being called a hard game in an era where every game might not have been, I still don't know how true that is, to be honest with you. I think about games at the time, and I mostly start thinking of like the Modern Warfare sequels.
I start thinking about like Gears of War, where you have an arrow just guiding you to your next objective, and
BioShock Infinite, literal arrows just
yeah. So Dark Souls was, a spiritual successor, I guess, an evolution of Demon Souls, which released in 2009. Demon Souls in itself was a spiritual successor to From Software's King's Field.
I don't know about King's Field
series of games. They were in PS1 and
I
2.
thought of it more as an Armored Core sequel.
There you go. So Dark Souls could probably have been Demon Souls 2, but
they didn't want to be exclusive with Sony.
Right. Sony had the published Demon Souls, also owned the IP, and because Bandai Namco approached them for this game, then they had to change the name. So just a fucking dark medieval ass fantasy action RPG, right?
Action only insofar as it's very methodical. It's often hard for me to describe why I love this game, and probably still why it's my favorite video game.
It's your favorite video game?
Yeah. I do not lie when I say that this game moved me as a human being. It changed how I thought about the world.
Mm-hmm. It certainly changed the way I thought about video games.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
But it's also like it changed the way I thought about the world.
My brain.
And then it like the things it does to you psychologically, especially for the time. Oh my God, that reward cycle. The
endorphin release. The victory achieved.
Brad, you've had this when you finally defeat that one thing and you're just clapping for yourself.
I forget the name of the final boss in the DLC of Bloodborne.
Orphan of Kos.
The Orphan of Kos was a mean motherfucker. And yeah, that was one of the best feelings ever. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
I was recently talking with the sound designer from Celeste about like the sound of the heart. And that was like the most important sound effect because you'll die 1,000 times, but when you do get to that final moment, it needs to be the best feeling in the world. And to just not read "You Are Dead" felt very good. Yeah,
absolutely.
You died. I'm like, well,
but
I tried too. You tried.
You tried.
Yeah. But speaking
Don't worry.
Speaking of the death mechanic, as far as games go, death in the Souls universe is kind of, it's a big deal. The concept is kind of a core mechanic to the games rather than just like an end state of
right.
You're dead now.
It's not a cut to the title screen anymore.
Right.
And it also serves the function as being its main mechanic. The fact that they know you're going to die, even if the people who are really good at this game sometimes fuck up in the undead burg and like roll off of like the building.
A gentleman recently beat Dark Souls 1, 2, 3 in a row without getting hit once.
Yes.
That is absolutely bonkers bananas. But I'm going to assume he failed multiple times before he did.
And he also got paid to just sit on Twitch for 7 hours a day trying.
I was going to say
but he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone buy him a car because that man deserves it after
carefully.
that.
I feel really bad for him because like no game would give him a challenge. I think I don't know. Sekiro
no hit would be pretty tough, I imagine.
Sekiro no hit is probably a lot easier because of the parry system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but just the dying, the game is set up for you to every time you die get a little bit further. And a little bit further, learn a little bit more, die again, and then the loop that they create, and this started kind of like with Demon Souls, so I don't want to just say like Dark Souls started this.
Let's be clear. Dark Souls is like the actual generator of this trend. It kind of started with Demon Souls, but you just had hipsters going like, "Oh, what were you just sleeping 2 years ago when this came out?" It was still of its time, but Dark Souls.
Were you saying that?
Was popular? No, I didn't.
But specifically, I'm talking about being able to go back to your blood, touch your blood stain, where you like if you can make it to where you died, without dying, then you can reclaim all your souls, which are like basically the currency.
Yeah,
and the currency of the world.
Well, I think
it's brilliant. You have to get to where you failed again.
Yeah.
And then try and get what you might have lost. If you don't get it, you lose it forever.
Yeah, if you die again, it's gone.
But also, you have to go to where you died, which is the ultimate kind of fuck you because you already failed there once, so do better.
Right.
Or get punished more.
Especially when you die in a boss fight. And the only way you can get to your soul
is by entering the boss.
Do the boss fight again,
forever until you win.
Forever. Or you just say like, "Fuck it, I don't need the souls that much. I need to level up."
Yeah,
I did that many a time. How do I articulate this?
I love the concept of the fire.
The bonfire.
The bonfire mechanic is, I think, wonderful.
They're your checkpoints.
Having your checkpoints, it's the first time you play it, they're the biggest godsend in the world. Thank God I finally got one. But when like on my second play,
when you see one coming up and it's been like fucking like years since you were at
10 skeletons are running behind you at you.
You're like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Get me that fucking thing.
When you know where they are, though, these games, it becomes a little bit more of a just, all right, I'm going to do a little mad dash over here, grab this one, grab that
Dashing.
one. I know where this weapon is hidden down there, so I'm going to go grab whatever I need.
Yep.
It becomes... it's nice when you know how the world is laid out.
Finds Zweihander in the graveyard. Become a strength build.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I had bonfires written down. Like just the concept of those were like pretty cool because like everything. They're just the main conceit of the game. Even the story of the game. It has to do with
it's not an unfamiliar concept though as well.
The bonfire.
It's similar to the flag in Mario World. You get to a certain spot and it's your checkpoint to keep going further. There's much more exploration and world building hidden in there, and it's brilliant that the fire is built into the lore of the world rather than just arbitrary checkpoint.
Your return to the world is so the idea is that this is a world where people are starting to turn hollow because the fire is fading. The fire is this mythical, almost like heart of the beating world. And as it starts to fade, more things get cold and dreary and people start to lose their sanity. The fact that this game actually, like, there are characters who are like, man, you probably should keep going. Don't go hollow, man. I'm really rooting for you. They're literally rooting for you as a human being playing the video game.
Yes.
And that's how I took it. I'm just like, these people fucking like me. Let's fucking do it. Well, some of them like you. Other ones,
some of them are
try to murder you.
Yep. Ulterior motives. Some of them are like shysters.
But the people, the people who give up on Dark Souls without beating it, they go hollow. That's like the implication. So if you beat the game, you beat it because you get to live as many times as you want.
Yeah.
But you didn't give up. And like I said, I've said this on multiple podcasts, but this game got me through a really rough patch in my life. And just the message alone really resonated with me.
Yeah.
It is unforgiving, this game. My first time playing it, my first time getting to the first bonfire, there's an NPC there. I forget his name.
Oh,
he's an asshole.
Well,
don't trust him.
Regardless, I just attacked him because I didn't know that there were just NPCs around. So every time I spawned, there was a very angry NPC there.
Oh, yeah, he hates you.
And so my only spawn, there was an angry motherfucker who killed me every time, and it was very frustrating. But
yeah,
I do appreciate how these games do not hold your hand, and that is.
I like permadeath. I like
you learn things. You learn because either you learn or you quit.
Yeah, or you like in the case of like the NPCs, you can kill them.
Some of them. Yeah.
I killed a couple accidentally. One was a very early game, like merchant. And
was it the guy in the Undead Burg?
Yes.
Well, you get a sword from that.
I think I got something, but I would have loved to have been able to like
a lot of people
buy fucking moss and shit, and
a lot of people do. A lot of people do kill him to get that sword.
Okay,
as I found out, apparently it's like a very powerful early game.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. It was just I was swinging at some fucking boxes, and oh shit, there's a guy behind here, and
he looks like the enemies.
He does, yeah. He's in like a black cloak,
and maybe that brings up the best point about these games. It is about this slow, almost survival horror-esque, methodical exploration of the world. Because you can fuck up in this really bad way that permanently changes the game. So you're constantly aware of your surroundings and where you have to go and what you think you might have to do. And that only encourages more exploration. Because these games are they're labyrinthian. They have these like each area is kind of like a puzzle. Whenever I found a new way to get through the Undead Burg, I was just like, why? This could have been a straight line. But you motherfuckers had me going over and around, jumping off of a little cliff to get down to a railway that takes me back up to the castle ramparts and then back down to where that stupid rat keeps running.
But how satisfying is it in this game when you find you can unlock the shortcuts and then you realize where you exactly were in the world?
Do you remember after the tourist demon?
Yeah.
When you kick down that ladder and you're back in the Undead Burg?
Exactly, yes.
It is...
Yep.
It blows your mind.
Fucking blew my mind.
Yeah.
It threw me for a loop. I'm just like,
it's amazing world design. To be able to create anything on a 2D plane alone is very hard to do. To have it be laid out in 2D. Imagine having to create a 3-dimensional world that logically can intersect with each other, multiple pathways, shortcuts that can bring you back to other parts. It is mind-boggling.
Yep.
And even if someone describes how it's supposed to go, you can't imagine it in your head because there are so many different paths, so many different little ways to go.
Yeah. And something about that world, the Dark Souls world, is one of the most fully realized versions of just a cohesive, just one big world being interconnected. A lot of, even the sequels, tried to varying degrees of, recreating that thing, but
Dark Souls 3 gets close.
It gets close. Yep.
Dark Souls 2 completely abandons.
Yeah.
2 is the black sheep.
It's the black sheep, but it's still a very, very good video.
It's still worth playing, yeah. And I do think Dark Souls 3 gets shit on a little more than it should because I really enjoyed that one.
Did Miyazaki make all 3 of them?
Yeah. No, he didn't make 2. Sorry.
Yeah. I still want to play that virtual reality game.
Bloodborne.
He made a PSVR game. I still want to try it.
Yeah. You got to do it.
It's astonishing that Bloodborne came out one year and then Dark Souls 3 came out the exact next year, 2015 and then 2016.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
The wild thing is, Dark Souls only had a 2-year development time. Which is crazy.
Yeah,
because just with I don't know, it seems like a game that at least 4 or 5 years. I don't know. Just the way everything seems to be thought out.
Is the remake of Dark Souls 1 preferred to the original, or do people prefer the OG version?
There are some people who are going to argue both ways.
Gary Butterfield always advocated for the remake or the remastered.
Gary has spoken.
Honestly,
if anyone's going to speak, and
they have a fantastic Dark Souls podcast
on Fireside Chat.
Yes,
so good, area by area.
It's one thing to have a podcast where you can listen to them talk about a video game you love for an episode. For them to have an entire series, they can discuss the entire lore and every level bit by bit for 30 episodes.
Enemy by enemy. Like they'll have like Undead Burg was like a 2.5 hour episode or something. And, it's crazy. So, Dylan, let me ask you: do you know the story? Do you know the high level story of Dark Souls?
The high level story.
The
of Dark
high
Souls?
level.
Okay, so in the beginning, everything was cold, dark, rocky, and kind of shitty.
That's how I woke up the other day.
Everything is ruled over by these crazy stone dragons who have these thick scales that are impossible to pierce, and there's no light or life in the world, essentially.
Just a real drag.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Then one day, something was born out of the fire, or something was born, and it was called fire and light. And from that fire, certain mythological characters spawned. Do I really have to go in through all of them?
No, we need all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's.
Okay.
And then if you can bring in some Kingdom Hearts into it.
There's Lord Gwyn, who is basically a sky god. Zeus-esque. Yeah.
Zeus-esque.
Then there's oh my god, why did I forget?
Nito,
yeah. I was saying Nito. He brought like plague, disease, and death to the world.
It's like the Grim Reaper.
Dude. He brought in death because he thought death would be important. Also Gwyn can wield lightning, which is appropriate as a Zeus parallel. There's the witches of Izalith, who were able to teach the world sorcery and manipulate the fire and use it as a weapon, because Gwyn didn't really use fire as a weapon.
They had lightning bolts.
Yeah. Which is just
start your own fire.
It's like almost concentrated fire. Why am I missing? I'm missing one.
There's a pygmy guy.
There's Seath the Scaleless, who betrayed his own kind and helped destroy them and kill them because he was ostracized from them, and he wields crystal magic.
Ostrich-sized?
Ostrich-sized.
Like the size of an ostrich?
He's actually quite big.
He's very large.
And he likes crystal magic.
Crystal meth?
Yeah, that too.
Brad.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of lore. I'm trying to keep up here.
Then there's the furtive pygmy. Which wields the first Dark Soul. And this is the start of what would be known as the hollowing disease. When you fast forward,
pygmy did it.
He's Manus.
That's furtive fucking pygmy.
Okay. God damn it. So over time, the fire starts to weaken, and Gwyn decides that he's going to burn himself upon the pyre to keep the light going throughout the world.
Very noble.
Kinda. And he leaves everything in the charges of all of his disciples and people who are following him. And the world just keeps getting shittier and shittier. The hollowing starts, and humans start coming back from the dead and going insane because of it, because they never die. There's no granted mercy of death.
That sounds terrible.
And that's who you
That's who you
play.
are. Yeah. Your character is a person trapped in the undead asylum.
What was your character's name, just for lore purposes? Who did you play as?
Dylan.
Okay.
I was Tom. It's fine.
The eponymous Dylan and Tom.
D&T.
The chosen one. And
Dylan awoken.
Pretty much. And you are granted a key by Oscar. He's a knight. He throws down a key into your cell to help release you.
Good guy.
Yeah, he dies real quick.
Yes.
He gives you his family's Estus flask.
You often get punished for good acts.
Estus is like a pure concentrated liquid that is similar to the fire that actually propels humanity.
Which it's a reusable potion.
Yes,
Your health, yeah.
Which gets refilled at every bonfire.
Yep.
Then it's a matter of getting out of the asylum, and the asylum is essentially the tutorial stage where it basically gives you a miniaturized version of the entire game just for you to go through.
Yeah, it really does.
It's almost a perfect first level.
Yeah. Yep.
It teaches you where to equip your weapons, how to use them, what a charge attack is,
what a range attack is.
Yep.
You get a big ass fucking boss that just like fucking drops down out of nowhere, and you're just like, holy shit.
Well, my favorite part of that boss, the asylum demon, is that if you roll off, you can do a stab onto its forehead, take out half of its health right away.
Yes. Yep.
Wonderful. All these mechanics that they're just hidden within the game. Then you are taken after defeating it and getting out of and escaping the asylum to the land of oh my god, Lord Ran,
because it's ran by lords.
It's pretty good.
You gotta love it.
You're taken by a big ass crow.
The name makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
Where you are tasked to ring 2 bells to awaken a seal that will help you get to the first flame.
A sea lion? Is it like Sleeping Beauty, but it's a seal?
It's a seal. He sings "Kiss for Maroons."
and through that, a lot of people are like, "You are such a fucking dipshit. Look at you!" Like everyone kind of like teases you. They're like, "Look at you, dumb motherfucker." And then there's like a Jewish snake monster
with human teeth.
Yeah, teeth. It talks like this.
So you're saying you should get married or something?
This is a good. You know the story, Dylan.
I know it very well.
Good. That's way more than I had. And
did you remember most of it, or did you write it down?
I remembered the cutscene, and then basically I'm like, and then you have to kill all these people. You know,
and something that these
you
games
have to kill gods.
Something that these games do as well, though, is keep the lore out. Like, it's not on the surface. It's not. It's not right up in your face. If you want the story, it's there. You can look into it. You can study your items. You can figure out what's going on.
The item script. The story is told. Primarily. The meat of the story through item descriptions.
Did I do a good job?
I think you did great.
Great, okay. Absolutely, yeah.
Cool.
I could have taken notes for 3 weeks and not done that well. So good job.
Well, I've played this game literally about 25 times. So
have you really?
Yes.
But I do love how I
can get through it quick.
There is a deep and rich lore that you can completely miss and just go run around killing things and getting to fires.
Yep.
But it's there for those that want it. It is the most brilliant form of optional storytelling, kind of.
Yeah. Speaking of options, there's so much shit you can just miss. Content, good content, like the painting world. Just think about how many people didn't touch that.
Do that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I did it my first
I didn't either my first time. I
I
completely missed it. And when I found out, I was so pissed.
Right.
I was so angry. I was just like, why would you hide this from me? Turns out I was being pranked by a very brilliant Japanese man.
It's true. I do have some questions I just want to ask you guys.
Mostly Dylan.
Or mostly... No,
that's fine.
I'll ask you too, and if you don't know...
I've only dabbled in the Souls.
Okay.
Bloodborne is my homie, as my right leg will attest, but I've only dabbled in the Souls.
But the one thing I did want to mention, before we go to that, is the online component. It's not a complete multiplayer game per se, but it is like a...
It is. But
shared universe.
It's shared, kind of like a shared experience.
Optional PvP, PvE. It's bizarre, and I still don't understand it.
So I
still don't either.
The fact that you can leave notes, little tiny notes for each other, short notes, whether you want to mislead people or actually help people.
Off the first time I play.
Definitely. I'd say, I don't know. I mean, keep them off the first time you play if you want, but it is interesting because it's part of the lore that other souls have been there and they're leaving messages about things.
I know, but I love the reason I love Dark Souls is it's a world that's so inherently lonely, and your task is so monumental that I almost wanted to really immerse myself in this idea that this is like a survival horror game. Around any corner could be the thing that fucking kills me. And if there's
someone says, "Watch out, winky face."
Yeah, it's like, how am I going to be surprised or have any like real emotion about what's going on? So I keep them off the first time I play any of these.
Okay. I think that's. I did too the first time I played through Bloodborne. Second time, it's kind of fun to see what people are writing.
Yeah. Where people try to be dirty using the notes they have, like,
I forget what most of them are, to be honest.
Like use tongue or something. Yeah. Tongue in butthole.
Because they're trying to warn you about mimics.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so you can actually summon people to help you.
Cheating.
Some people would say. I never summon people. So
first time I play these, I don't summon people, and I just don't do PvP. I just don't care.
Yeah, you can summon people to help you through parts of the game, usually like boss fights.
Yeah.
People can invade your level or invade your game.
Yeah.
If you are a human, if you've used humanity, and which I always fucking hate.
The more humanity you have, the more likely you are to be invaded.
Yeah.
Okay. So that works a little bit the same way that insight kind of functions.
Yeah.
There's an adverse effect the more you have.
Yes. But so you have your full life bar, but
there's a way to cheese it, kind of, where you don't need to, like, you stash your humanity because it can be a consumable item as well. Mm-hmm. You stash those away for a rainy day. So you're fine usually.
So in Dark Souls, you can summon a player to help you, but can you also summon an NPC to help you?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. Because that was something I only had to use once I used once in Bloodborne, but they were mostly just a sponge for me to sneak around.
Was it Maria in the clock tower?
Nah, it was the horse knight dude in the DLC.
Sir Alfred or Alfred?
No. Alfred fight the
horse,
the vampire people.
He's Ludwig.
Ludwig. Yep.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's similar concept.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Speaking of NPCs,
the shared universe thing that they do is very bizarre in the Souls series.
Love it.
It's great.
I really do like it. Yeah.
They talk about different dimensions within the lore itself. Like, they say that all time is folding in on itself and becoming parallel. Mm-hmm. So each person escaping from the Undyed Asylum was a different person brought there. And your time, you're like, basically the world is ending in this like great crunch, like it's turning to ice, and it's literally all these worlds overlapping on each other. I've always found that deeply, deeply fascinating.
The only critique I could maybe say is if there was an instruction manual for Dark Souls, which there shouldn't be, it shouldn't be anything other than the prologue definition and then how multiplayer works. Just how
there should have been a better explanation.
Because it seems so poorly explained. And I watch videos and I don't understand anything about what I'm watching.
I still don't.
And you have to get a certain item to do this and this. Yep. And I don't want anything explained outside of that, but just explain how all the multiplayer is working. I get messages. That's all I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with you, and especially in the first one, multiplayer is really messy. In the second one, it is much better, but it's also a lot more action oriented, and there's a lot of people just ready to fucking gank you the moment. There's actually an honor system. I don't know if you know about this.
Yeah,
where you have to bow first before a fight. It's common and customary for people to actually emote and bow before a duel with each other. If you're going that route in the PvP, there are also people. Well, I mean, I never did it though, so I got so many death threats, and I was like, I was a sorcerer, so I was like, Zazoosh, and they're just like, fuck you.
That's not how we play, okay? Yeah, put your mom on the thing.
I'm gonna fucking kill your whole family.
So this game does allow you to kind of play the character that you want to be. So you could be like a tank, knight, fucking warrior, magic user, anything in between. You can be like a naked thief,
a naked guy running around,
which is
so many people do that
for speed running.
Yeah,
that's
you're naked
character of choice.
Naked thief with the great club. that tends to be the way it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So yeah,
I never did it.
So I got a couple questions here for you guys. Dylan, when did you first play Dark Souls? Did you play it when it came out, or did you come to it later?
I came to it later.
Okay. Was it your first Souls game?
No, it was not. So I was a very bored, very depressed 23-year-old, and I was working at Roundy's at Pick and Save. I had a ton of time on my hands. All I had to do was wake up at 5 a.m. to get in at 6. But my life was like miserable at the moment because a lot of people moved away right after college, yada yada. But it was one summer, or it was spring leading into summer, and I had just been I would troll IGN just to see I really want an RPG. I just don't know what I'm wanting. I was done with the Skyrim DLC, so that was over with in my life. And I was like, I need something kind of like this. What am I going to do? I heard about the Souls series. And then I read a review, and it was of Demon Souls. It was so glowing. I literally went out to Mega Media Exchange just to buy it. Yeah. It was it's the red, greatest hits one. I brought it home. I was in love. I ate it up within a month, and I'm like, the Prepare to Die edition is coming out of Dark Souls. Turns out that wasn't coming out for consoles. It was coming out for PC. So I'm just like, fuck, I'll just buy the regular version. Right. And I did that, and first of all, Dark Souls is a much better video game than Demon Souls.
Oh, 100%.
But I was enamored. I was talking to my ex. I was like, it's this game. I don't even know how to explain it to you. Right. It's so engrossing. It's all I can think about. And she's just like, okay. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I love a lot of things, and I've become obsessed with things before, but I had never felt like this. And it was just like, I honestly, I could get myself to cry about it. I thought it was that good. I thought it was beautiful. Like it's a scene from a movie, and I just saw a beautiful Wagnerian opera, and a tear rolls down my cheek. But I'm not going to get that dramatic, obviously. Oh, but that is the story. But that's the story. I love this video game. Yeah. There is a reason that people talk about it and imitate it the way they do, because
it's a Souls-like. It's kind of a Souls-style game. It's a Souls game.
It's a Dark Souls.
It's just the Dark Souls of Simpsons episodes. What are you talking about?
Just type in 10 other Souls-likes on YouTube, and you're gonna find every fucking content creator has made something about the fact that everyone wants to imitate this shit, and it's it hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah. I was like, well, I can't. It did ruin gaming for me for a while. Mm-hmm. It legitimately made me
unable to play some other games.
I would be
this is a baby game.
I'd be playing Infamous 2, and I'd be like, oh, fuck this shit. Absolutely. I'm gonna be Cole McGrath. I was a fucking sorcerer who fought God.
Yeah. I guess similar to you, I was going through a rough patch in my life, and I had played Demon Souls. Yeah. When it came out, I saw the reviews as well. I'm like, oh, I got to play this game, and I played for a little bit, but I'm just I fell off hard. Same way. Yeah. And I'm like, this is so. I stayed away from Dark Souls for a while, even though it was getting glowing reviews at the time. And I'm just like, this shit ain't for me. Yeah. And then I got a back injury. And this is probably maybe a year later. I'm not sure. Or I bought it from GameStop, and
it went on sale pretty quick.
Yeah, it did.
It was not a popular game when it came out at first. Yeah. That's something people don't realize about it. I got it for $20.
It's one of those things
about
where
a year and a half later. Yeah,
sure. It's not for everybody, but the people that it's for will not stop talking about it.
The word of mouth is exactly.
It's a cult. It's a cult game,
and everybody seems
not anymore though. Now it's mainstream.
It is, yeah. And I just remember, everybody knew the game, even though if they didn't play it, they just knew wow, if you beat that game, you were fucking awesome. You know, you were a video game god, you know, because that was just like the difficulty thing was like the thing that was just like pinned on it. Like, this is a fucking hard game. But anyways, so I played it about a year after the game came out. Just confined to a bed, so I just did nothing but play this fucking game, and it really helped me get through a really bleak period of my life. And I mean, because of the game's difficulty, did that make you like apprehensive about playing it or not? Or at least with Demon Souls, or were you just like, this is gonna be my fucking jam? I need to play this.
There was a part of me that wanted to be obstinate against life itself.
Yeah.
And a game where it literally, like, because I had stopped making art, I had stopped doing so much shit in my life to take care of myself and do things for myself, that this kind of became there's always been a part of me that, like, I am frankly a very lazy person, and I'm lazy because I like the good life.
You say you're lazy.
Being a
you
hedonist.
beat more games and read more comic books than anyone I know.
Reading doesn't take like effort.
Lazy to me is spacing out on watching The Office every night for 3 hours.
Now, and I can understand that, but seeing it as myself.
You're engaged in things, at least. I'm going to say,
give yourself
society
a little credit. What they deem lazy.
It would have been that too. It would have been like, I didn't want to like even like talk to other human beings. I just wanted to go home to my shitty studio apartment and just, you know, do whatever until the next day started. And that's like pure ass depression. Like, you can't get around that. And I think I saw how difficult it was, and I remember feeling it so deeply. And I said, not this shit. This is supposed to be my space. This is not the cool website that everyone still loves.
I'm Tom.
But hi, I'm Tom. You are. Whoa, you kind of look like him.
He is Tom.
He dyed his hair like reddish.
This is how far my life has fallen into shambles.
Oh, that's
I'm doing
wonderful.
a podcast now.
I think it's great. No, but I was like, not this. This is not going to hurt my feelings. Like, not another fucking thing in my life is going to hurt my feelings. And then I found myself being like, yeah. And then I was just like, well, after a while, there's like this click that happens.
Yes.
And you're just like, okay, all right. And then you're like, well, I just got past this boss. Oh, there's like one boss right after it. Fuck.
Yeah.
But you would still be like, there was something exciting and thrilling. You actually wanted to see where the story went, even though the story is literally point A, point B.
It didn't matter. Like, the world was so rich, even if desolate but rich. That I just wanted to see what is next. And the art style was so just fucking fantastic.
When you get to Anor Londo,
I have this. I'm like, as a question, how awesome was viewing Anor Londo for the first time?
After defeating the fucking Iron Giant, not the Iron Giant, what's his name? The Fortress Knight.
Your friend.
After defeating the Fortress Knight, you're just like, who's that big fucker in the armor? And then like demons come down. The gargoyles come, they come down from this heavenly wall, and then they pull you up to like the world of the gods, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, what? I thought it was the end of the game.
I kind of did too. Like, that was a jaw-dropping moment for me, because up until that point, you know, the world's beautiful, but it's dark. It's drab. It's, you know, muted colors. Yeah. And then they transport you to this, and they put you on this vista where you're looking down upon the fucking city. And it's color. It's just fucking bright as shit. You're like, sunlight? Yeah. The first time you see sunlight in the fucking game.
Because the walls
just
block
sheening
it.
off. Yeah, right.
Can I mention my origins with Dark Souls? You guys both got to...
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm
please.
sorry. We're
sorry,
gushing like crazy. Yeah.
No, mine is a lot less exciting. Mine... I didn't play the original Dark Souls when it came out. I didn't play Dark Souls 2. I never played any of these games. I remember I picked up Dark Souls 1 maybe about 5-6 years ago. I found it on sale. I got it at GameStop for maybe $8. I said, I'm going to finally play it, because it's very difficult when I wasn't in the club. I didn't get it. And everybody that was in the club they just have a different feel about them, you know? Oh, if you have to ask, you'll never understand.
Right.
And
there is a lot of that.
I felt so out of it. And my favorite podcast, Watch Out for Fireballs, I know that they had their own bonfire side chat, and they were always just going tangents about how Dark Souls was the best thing ever. And I felt
left out.
Like a plebeian. I felt it's like something I didn't understand.
Like that kids club. Like, I just want to be part of this.
I didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't feel cool enough to be in there. And then I tried Dark Souls, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I tried to play it, and it was frustrating. I mean, I remember I beat the tutorial level, and I didn't understand it the first time I played it. And there is a tough barrier to entry. Mm-hmm. So Dylan, luckily, has many things he has done for me, has made me play many games, but Bloodborne was one of them, and now I am versed in how the Souls vernacular works and the worlds work.
It's a vocabulary. I think that's what people don't realize.
What I want to tell people that are listening that might not be have played these games before, if you want to, you can. You got to give it a try, and you got to stick with it, and you got to figure out. You got to rewrite your brain, because if you've been playing games one way, it will not work for this. You need to be actively thinking, because even if you have the best armor, the best everything in the game, you can go up to some of the easiest enemies, and if you take it for granted, they will beat the shit out of you. You are never. There's no layups. This is like high-level basketball the entire time.
By the end of the game, you will know every attack that every enemy can perform.
Yeah,
I can kill everything in the Undead Burg in my mind right now.
Now imagine how many.
I know their patterns.
Imagine how many video games you play, listener, or we play here, where you get to a boss and you might not ever die. How many bosses do you just kind of get to maybe improv a little bit, maybe die once?
Yeah.
These games, you die. And then you die, and then you die.
Yep.
And you hit your head very hard for a long time. But you don't forget when you beat those bosses. That feeling. And then you go back and you know the patterns and the memorization. But I just wanted to stress to people that might not be in the club, you can come in. It's just going to just play the games and don't give up.
Also be a pyromancer.
Don't be hollow. Also be a pyromancer.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't give up. Don't go hollow. I mean, that's the whole idea.
Yeah, don't give up and pay attention is, I think the best advice you can give somebody.
Try to play differently.
Yeah.
Don't just hit X.
Right. These are not button mashers.
No. This is definitely the opposite.
Yeah.
Everything is deliberate. I think that's the way to put it. Mm-hmm. Everything is there for you. You have all the skills. You just really have to be paying attention. And the fact that this game did come out in this time period where a lot of it was babying, it was a lot of hand holding, it was a lot of just like it was a lot of point A to point B. If the mini map isn't showing you where to be at any given time whatsoever, a lot of people will check out. This is not a bad thing. I like those games too, and I'm not going to criticize people for liking them. But when I'm involved in something like this, and especially when I'm consuming, I like being an active consumer. Yeah. If I'm not focused, then I might as well not even be playing the game.
I hear you. I mean, being a fan of like Assassin's Creed games, there's so many times where I'm just listening to a podcast and just not really giving a shit what's going on.
That's fine too, though. Like, there's a place for all of these things.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, me too.
One of my favorite.
Oh, God, yes.
I love it. But with the Souls games, just being in the fucking moment and just being present, to get.
And you had to keep the sound up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Things are lurking around corners, and things are ready for you.
Yeah. I mentioned it before, but up until Dark Souls, I never really, like when I was done playing a game, or if I took a break from a game, sometimes I would think like, oh, I can't wait to go back and play Final Fantasy X or whatever, but I would never actively try to come up with strategies, even when I was just like going to sleep at night, just envisioning Undead Burg or some other level, and just, mapping it out in my head, like, how can I get through this level tomorrow, or what am I doing wrong, or
when your brain becomes passively engaged in the world.
That's all it thought about, like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's such
You'll wake up and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I got to go back there and try this.
Exactly. Or how many times where it'd be late at night, I'd be struggling on a fucking boss, just die like 20 times, go to sleep. I'm sure I'm dreaming about the boss fight. First thing in the morning, boot up the game.
First try.
Fucking kill the boss in the first try. You know? Like, no game, series has ever done that. At least... And no game since like the one that did it most effectively or affected me the most was the first Dark Souls. Do you guys have the bosses? The bosses are a pretty big deal in these games.
They're pivotal, yes.
Yeah, and some of them are pretty fucking cool, and some are not.
Some are really bad. Now, this is also I do have to say this is a game hit with a lot of cut content, and there are some parts where you can really, really tell. Izalith being one.
Oof. Yeah, they could have cut that one out.
That was a very boring area of the game. I think Blighttown is a little bloat town, if you know what I mean.
Little chop town.
Hot take here, hot take.
Yeah, I don't like poison areas in video games anyway. I think healing from poison is the dumbest shit.
Do you like 10 frames per second? Yeah, that's right.
I got as low as 5, baby. I'm a cradle robber on frames.
But do you have who's your favorite boss in the original Dark Souls?
Most memorable was Gwyn.
Okay.
I have to give it to Gwyn for memorable.
Okay.
Because you're in this giant coliseum, which also works as the first like kindling of the fire that created everything.
Yep. Gwyn of the First Flame? Or the Ash? I don't fucking know. Yeah, whatever.
Favorite. I mean, I never got a better thrill than Ornstein and Small.
Ooh.
I never got a better
nemesis.
thrill. This is a wall for a lot of people in this game.
This was almost a big wall for me. Yeah.
I am not, when I play video games, I'm not just like, come on, man, that's not fair, fuck you. Because it's a fucking video game. It has no opinions about me. So I'm just like, I almost snapped a controller in half. I would not have been able to afford a new one. That is how angry I got. Eventually I realized by killing Ornstein earlier, I could work with my shield blocking techniques on Smough and it would have been fine.
Sure.
Smough?
I always say Smo. You can do
Some
whatever.
people say Smough.
Once you kill him, you can call him
Vati
whatever you want.
says a famous YouTuber who categorized
Vati Video.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
He says Smough.
There's a Dark Souls art book that he's a part of that was on Kickstarter or something.
That's great.
Isn't he a British man?
He's great.
And he talks like this.
I personally am not qualified to discuss my favorite boss. I played through a handful of them on Dark Souls, but I've seen the game played through in completion. I've watched it many times, but as someone who's not beaten the game, I'm not going to say anything.
Well, God damn it, Brad.
You should get on it, dude.
Well,
You like it.
We'll talk about the 20th anniversary.
There's too many games to play, guys. I can't keep up.
You could get through
I mean, if anything,
But this one is-
Bloodborne is harder combat-wise.
Well, I own Demon Souls for the PS5. I should play that next. That's what I should be playing if I'm going to play a Souls game.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, check it out.
I haven't
Unless
even touched
Elden
the
Ring,
remake.
well, once Elden Ring drops, I will drop everything I'm playing to play Elden Ring.
You're just going to play the weird ones.
Well, Elden Ring is also my favorite author, fictional. I mean, George R. Martin's my favorite fictional author working today. So the fact that he's involved,
He still writes?
Working.
Yeah, I was going to say working.
allegedly.
Maybe he's just been playing Dark Souls and he's just been stuck for a long time.
He's
Won't do
not a
anything
gamer.
else.
He is he would not be.
I'm not a gamer. I'm not much of a...
My favorite boss is there's a wolf with a sword in his mouth. Sif. I think he's
Heartbreaking.
just my
I
favorite.
believe Sif's a girl.
Oh, she. Yep. Okay. That's. You think you'd be able to tell? I mean, it's.
Well, you didn't notice
she's
the giant.
huge.
Well, I mean, there's either a
notice
wiener
her
or there's not. Tom.
I don't think there's a wiener. You're right.
Yeah, there's no cock. Here's some. I actually looked up some interesting facts. First of all, it should be known that one of my favorite manga of all time, Berserk, was the biggest inspiration for this game. You can see it
I can't read
everywhere.
Berserk. I've had all of these desires and urges to read it, and everyone brings it up all the time.
It's one of the best
and
things.
I feel like I'm supposed to read it.
It is art made manifest. If I could draw like Kentaro Miura, I would sacrifice a lot.
Can I borrow it?
I've got the deluxe editions. You can borrow them. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. They're huge, like tomes, though.
That's
you
how
promise to take care of
That's
them.
how I read The Sandman. I got the big omnibuses, and I read
You
through
don't
all
know
of
how.
Sandman.
You have no idea how. So that manga had been going since the year we were born.
You're talking about
Brad.
Berserk?
It had been going since the year we were born. If you see my bookshelf at my house, one whole like line of shelf is full of Berserk, and it's not even complete yet. It's wild. The best artwork you've ever seen.
Okay.
Also, did you know it's possible to kill in one of the early builds, it's possible to kill the Capra demon with poop?
No.
You can throw dung through the...
Really?
Yeah, I learned that one early.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just had to point that out because...
That's awesome.
You have to have enough dung.
Yeah.
I think you have to have like 80 dung.
80 dung.
But it poisons it to death.
Oh my God.
And then all you have to do is go in and fight the dogs.
Okay. I did... what was it? There was a weapon. I think it was one of the...
the wyvern tail?
It was circular, and it was like something like... I think you threw it and it came back to you. It was like a spiked collar or something that you would throw. It was like a hula hoop with spikes on it. You would throw it and it would come back to you.
I don't know if I ever got that one.
Yeah. So like that thing was OP as shit when I played the game. And like right after I got it and I was just fucking mowing down enemies, they came out with a patch that like nerfed it. I'm like, oh man, that's always kind of like a... When you play these games when they first come out, you know, you start to really cherish like weapons. You're like, oh shit, this is gonna be nerfed soon, so I should probably get as far as possible using the sword that's killing everybody with one hit because you know they're gonna fucking come out with a patch and you know, take down the damage.
I think most people actually, I think statistically, I think they actually did like a bunch of surveys and figured it out through data. Most people stuck with the long sword.
Okay, yeah, probably
because most people chose knight.
I got my dragon tooth. I'm just fucking whacking people. My Havel armor.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So did you find the difficulty front loaded, rear loaded? Did you think the difficulty was kind of constant?
It's front loaded.
Yeah,
it's front loaded because that's the point. It's either like it's do or die, literally.
Yeah.
And if you just can't do it,
if you can't do it, you're gonna peace out pretty quickly.
And I think that when people are like, well, I don't mind having difficulty and accessibility options and things to, I'm like, no. There is an artistic purpose to this. You cannot just say that everything is for everyone. Not everything is for everyone. I'm sorry. It's not. And if like adding like a difficulty option for people, like if it meant something, which I guess, but why?
Well, I might, yeah. I think it's
silly. I think it's silly to cater to people. I don't want to be this like pseudo, like I feel like I'm a conservative on a fucking radio show, but the game is about dying. If you never die, you're not experiencing the game.
Right.
I'm sorry.
True. Yeah.
This is a core mechanic of the video game. It's like if Mario could jump 3 times higher anytime you wanted him to. No, there's a point that he has to jump from platform to platform.
Yeah, and with Dark Souls, I did this. Like I would farm and I would like.
Yes, but that's the point.
I would min-max like a motherfucker.
The game isn't difficult if you persevere.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyone can do it.
And I'm with you. Like I think, it's definitely front loaded. I think once I finally got past Ornstein and Smo, the remaining part of the game wasn't that hard. But I was also fucking
except for the catacombs.
When
Hyena kicks you into the, oh my god.
Goddamn hyena.
He got me the first time. I murdered him the second.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you? There are some NPCs. We'll wrap it up here pretty quickly. But,
yeah.
You have any favorite NPCs from the?
Oh yeah, doesn't everyone though?
I mean, are you a Solaire guy?
Yeah,
me too. Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
I do like Lautrec.
Okay, yeah. Onion Knight.
Onion Knight's okay. I think he's just way too popular. There's literally a character in Death's Door, which is actually a Souls-like. It was released on Xbox.
Okay.
Who is a guy who speaks just like him, and
oh really?
He catches up with you, but he's got an urn for a head, and he carries soup in it. And he is basically like Zigmar.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I like the blacksmith. I think he's silly and fun.
Yeah. He's cool as shit.
The silly cat.
Who's the ogre blacksmith? The
giant.
The giant blacksmith.
Yeah, he's cool too.
He's cool.
He's like,
yeah.
You want? It's like, yes, dude, I want.
That's right. You forged me that shit, motherfucker. Yeah.
And Guinevere, big boobies.
Yeah, she's very, very large.
Turns out.
Then you kill her, and then it turns to night.
No, you kill Gwendolyn and it turns to night.
Is that?
No, if you kill Guinevere, the illusion that day existed disappears.
Okay,
and that Gwendolyn is actually manipulating it in the basement of the castle.
Okay, gotcha. Speaking
spoiler alert! Wow.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
If you didn't know, we're spoiling. Favorite area of the game?
What about you?
I'm Sen's Fortress. I mean,
You're Sen's Fortress.
I think it's a very good encapsulation of the game. I mean,
I found it so annoying.
Yeah, I did like it. It's just like one big Indiana Jones fucking trap fest. But as far as like beauty and stuff, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Anor Londo is pretty.
It has to be Anor Londo for me.
Fuck the big Archer Knights though.
The Silver Knights.
Oof.
Dude.
Oof.
Running across that thing.
Yeah, on the front buttresses.
Yeah, the front buttresses. Yeah, that's the word for it.
Yeah.
And then trying like you get up there finally, and you're just like, I can face you, and then you bounce off a wall.
Yeah.
And you fall to your death. Oh.
Or like thinking like, is this a path I should be going up? Is this where they want me to go?
Turns out, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way in.
So
you actually have to use your binoculars.
Right. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I guess closing thoughts on Dark Souls.
I mean, I've gushed about it enough. Yeah. This is always going to be in at least my top 5, but every time I think about it, I'm like, that's my favorite game. Mm-hmm. There are only a few games that can do this to me.
Yeah.
That I can play consistently over and over again and not really feel bored.
Right.
There's always a certain freshness to it no matter what you do.
It is. I can watch speedruns of this game constantly.
Me too. And it
doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, and I would have done this here and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, no, it's lovely. I think 2 is great and an underrated gem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like I'm with you. Like I didn't like 2 as much or 3 as much, but both are great.
Nobody did though. That's the whole thing.
Fuck those people.
This game is literally to me just lightning in a bottle. Yeah. So there's never going to be, there are going to be other things that maybe are a little like it, but you can't,
along.
You can't
very often.
Once it's on the ground, you can't put the milk back in the jug. Like it's just not going to happen.
Absolutely.
So,
and its influence on the gaming industry as a whole is, I think, just been phenomenal.
Have you ever been asked if you could take back like one gaming memory? What would you choose? Dark Souls is one of them for me.
Dark Souls is definitely.
I would love to experience that for the first time again.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad, if you could take back one gaming experience to just experience over again, what would it be?
That's a big question.
I know it is.
This is a big podcast. We ask questions on this podcast. Brad's like, what are you talking about?
What?
I don't know. It'd be fun to play Monkey Ball 2 for the first time. Try those levels again.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Some brand new levels, because right now I fucking memorized them.
What if I hit you
I'm
in
going
the
to be
head?
playing them again in a week, and I already know what they are, so look
Right.
out. I'm coming.
What if I hit you in the head with a
Suikoden 2
hammer?
would be great to experience that story again for the first time.
Yeah. I was thinking
My favorite that's my favorite story told in a video game.
sure.
There's too many, but as far as Dark Souls go, I think they're cool, and I like them, so try them out.
I would love,
I like
love
that.
to see you play a Dark Souls game.
Yeah. All right. Well, happy birthday, Dark Souls.
You did it.
I'm sure, you made it to 10 years old. Good job. We got you a bike. We love you. And
With only one training wheel on one side.
definitely in my canon, top 5 for me
Yeah.
as well. Probably top 3.
Yeah, it's top 3.
just-
I'll say that too.
Man, it's good. And especially when it came along at a time where I'm like, video games are all the same. I'm old and jaded. Nothing surprises
Yep.
me or really makes me feel fresh, or not me feel fresh, but feels fresh anymore. And then something like this comes along and you're like, oh my God, I love video games again. They're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm praying for one right now.
are you?
I'm really hoping.
Just one that comes along, a new Dark Souls comes along?
I'm pitting everything on Metroid Dread right now, frankly.
Oh, don't put all your head.
Amazon sold out of pre-orders of Metroid Dread.
Really?
Yeah, that was a news article I saw today that Amazon ran out of pre-orders, so it's going to sell.
It's going to sell. I'm looking forward to it, but
I am waiting to buy it literally the day that a review comes out for it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I think the game looks pretty enough, but I also think it looks really bland.
Yeah.
So surprise me, please.
please.
But I want this so badly.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Dark Souls, and we'll see what happens, Metroid Dread. Please be good. All right, now it's time for One for the Road, where we tell you our social media. And
My name is Brad. You can find me on Instagram.
it's like you know how to do this.
Loaf of White Brad. I'm on Twitter at Loaf of White Brad. My One for the Road, it just came out very recently, and it's on Netflix, and it's called Midnight Mass. And
I heard it's great.
Good things.
it is my favorite show of the year. Nothing compares. Carly and I watched it in 2 days, 4 episodes the first day, 3 the next. I restarted watching it today because there's enough that happens in there that changes what happened
Shit,
before.
I gotta watch it.
This is... I grew up Catholic, and I grew up in a small town. This was a horror series designed specifically for me. And there are characters that are my mom, and there are characters that are my dad, and there is so much in there that I can relate to, but it's a mindful take on religion and death and an approach to life, and some fucking good Mike Flanagan. He is the best horror director today.
Haunting a Hill House and
Bly Manor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he did Dr. Sleep, which is really good, even though I don't want to admit it because I'm a Kubrick guy.
Yep.
And he did some Gerald's Game is fantastic as well.
Oh, that's good.
He also did Ouija. He did some I haven't seen all of his movies, but everything he's made is great. He did a prequel to Ouija, which is weird to say, but it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Preachy.
yeah, Preachy. Anything Mike Flanagan does, check it out. But also Midnight Mass is on Netflix. Do yourself a favor, go watch it. It's the most mesmerizing show I've seen since Lovecraft Country of last year, probably. So,
Nice, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Tom, and you can get a hold of me at Tom_Wagner on the Twitter, and I'm on Instagram as well. Tom_Wagner. My
T Wagner 11,
no,
isn't it?
isn't it? No, it's
On
fine.
Insta, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. T Wagner 11. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
He was born in 1911.
What was it like seeing the
asshole.
Titanic sing?
Sorry.
How was the Great War? Was it really as great as they
Guys,
say?
come on.
Wait, no, but why is it 11, Tom?
All right.
When Franz Ferdinand, the Archduke, died, how did you feel?
I did it.
Fuck, I thought it was that one guy.
That's
the
right.
Serbian
No.
national.
I don't know his name.
Yeah. My One for the Road is a documentary by Ken Burns. I think we talked about this off the podcast.
Is it jazz?
It is Prohibition. It's a three episode documentary. It's great. I watched it after I binged the entire Boardwalk Empire HBO series for the first time.
Oh wow!
And they really complemented each other. The HBO series is great, but the Prohibition documentary actually kind of corroborates how much the Boardwalk Empire tried to incorporate actual historical figures and how their story arcs actually mimicked, their what happened in real life. Mm-hmm. And but they embellished and had some creative. They kind of liberties here and there, but
sure.
I love me a fucking Ken Burns documentary, and Prohibition is a great one, and it's relatively short compared to like his magnum opuses like Jazz and Baseball and shit like that.
The Civil War, please. That's I watch that once a year. I love it.
Yeah,
Mary Chestnut,
William Bedford Forrest, the creator of the Ku Klux Klan, but also he can ride horses.
It's true.
Anyways, that is my one for the road. Dylan, take us out.
I'm at Demons Draw Dylan on Instagram. I'm in a period of deep creation. It is something that soothes my savage soul. And I would recommend sleep as a concept. It's really nice. And
where can you find it?
Yeah. Can I stream it?
You can find it in a corner. You can find it if you hit yourself on the head real hard with a mallet of some sort,
like
rubber.
A frying pan.
Yeah, and it feels real good when you get enough of it. It really does.
It's alarming how much sleep I don't get. I noticed today that I only got 5 hours of sleep, and I woke up and I had to start the day.
Yeah, too. Yeah,
5 hours.
I did
not
that
enough.
yesterday. Yeah,
5 hours is not enough.
No. According to scientists.
Right.
They say no, dude. Back to bed.
And body. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been working like 11 hours a day, and it has been the only thing I can do. Like, it's the only thing that helps it. I take my vitamins, my minerals. I try to eat as healthy as I possibly can, but sleep's the only thing fucking working for me. So, hey.
There could be worse things. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm healthier than I've ever been, but I'm also a chubby man who gets exhausted very easily. So, yeah.
Not for much longer.
Not for much longer, actually.
God damn it.
I've lost a lot of weight.
Sex change?
Yeah, right. Hey.
I mean, my wiener does add 10 pounds.
Okay, we've been here at the Dogcast. Hey. You can get a hold of us.
We did it.
You can get a hold of the podcast at hairofthedogcast@gmail.com. We are on the Twitter at HotDogcast, all one word. That's been a podcast. Please let us know your thoughts on Dark Souls. Did you love it too? Did you not like it? Did you fall off of it? We know everything.
Let Tom know.
Yeah.
It's remember that South Park skit about the wild wacky action bike and you can't ride it? That's like the Dark Souls of children's vehicles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you fall off the wild wacky action bike, just get back on it.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you in 2 weeks for, I swear to God, it will be episode 100.
Wow, what a glorious day.
There will be special beers.
Oh my God, can't wait.
Ding,
all right.
ling, 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 ling.
Bye. Prepare to bye.
Bye.